Yeah. Can you not?
I don't hear me. That's the problem I'm having.
Yeah. I can hear both of us. How do you not hear you? That's weird.
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out, why I don't hear me.
Yeah, you're definitely coming through my headphones fine.
Okay. You're coming through mine. Like, I hear you.
So are you being recorded?
Yeah, I've started recording.
I know, but are your vocals getting recorded? Because otherwise it's going to be...
Yeah, no, they are. That's what. But I'm wondering if it's...
The new headphones?
This headset.
Well, swap it out with the other and try.
I'm going to have to.
Then we will know. Then we shall see. I like your... Is that a red controller or pink?
It's like a purpley...
Like magenta?
Magenta. Yeah, magenta. That's a good one.
I'll say I like your pink controller, but then when you moved and I saw the well, I would say sunlight, the daylightness.
The natural ambient light.
Right. Hit it. I was like, maybe that's red. Since we don't have the light on in here, which I like. Very chill vibes today. Plus, I'm getting a tan from your massive TV.
Because it's very chill outside.
It is very chill outside, but I'm...
Oh, okay. Oh, it's got to be the headphones. So I bet you...
That's weird.
No, I know what it is. So I bought... Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I am Martelle, and with me this time is Randy.
It's still hard for me to break, ain't it?
It's old habit. So
yeah, and it is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. We have a blizzard on the way, folks.
We do. So I ended up...
You heard it here first. Get ready.
Get ready.
When you listen to this on like Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday.
Right, and it's already too late. No, yeah. So I bought a bunch of new stuff. Because I'm trying to get this fucking call thing down. I'm trying to figure out this call thing. Okay?
It seems to always change, too. It's weird.
It does. So what I ended up doing is I bought two 15-foot headphone cables. Okay. And they are the 3-ring or 4-ring or whatever the hell. They're the TRRS. So that's... It's mono, stereo, and microphone.
I've never had mono.
Me either. But I think that's the problem.
Mono?
With this headset.
Oh.
I think it's the microphone ring that may be screwing things up.
Oh, that could be.
So...
Is that like a gaming headset?
No, it's just a Sony noise-canceling headset that I got.
Oh, okay.
But they fit better than these Tectonics. So, I don't know. Whatever. I'll go with it for now. Maybe I'll just use 2 different headsets.
So anyway,
we're
here rolling through dry January.
Yes, we are. And dry it is. I have not had anything since the 2nd.
Since we had those beers?
The OSU game.
We did beers from Tennessee.
We did. Was that the same day? Was that the OSU game?
That was the day after.
The day after. Okay, so I haven't had anything
that week, same weekend.
I think it was still the 2nd, though.
It might have been. I can't remember.
The game was New Year's Day, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah. So the 2nd.
Yes. I don't remember, honestly.
We have these nifty things called calendars.
Yeah, but who cares?
Yes, so the 2nd.
Okay.
The game was on Saturday.
And the 2nd was Sunday.
The 2nd was Sunday. So we haven't. So I'm rolling through.
Yep.
And it's not bad. Like it is what it is. It's not terrible. I'm not like, oh my God, I need to get a drink.
You're not like having cold sweats and twitching.
No, but this weather is really fucking with my head.
Yeah.
Like I've had 2 headaches in the past 2 days.
Oh, I bet you have. Barometric pressures.
Yes. Not last night, but the night before, I felt like I got hit in the back of the head with a baseball bat.
That's not good.
No.
Did Liz hit you in the back of the head with a baseball bat?
She may have.
That might be a problem. I don't recall, so it's probably a good possibility. I like that shirt, by the way.
Thanks.
It's like a throwback looking. It looks like an old I almost said Ocean Spray. Not Ocean Spray. Ocean Pacific style. Kind of like the old surfer, you know. The late 90s when everybody's wearing surf stuff in Ohio, even though we all lived in Ohio and nobody surfed.
We were all, Billabong.
Billabong, yeah.
All the Billabong stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this shirt.
Yeah, it's cool. It looks very like something you can get at homage, like a retro style.
I think I got it at Target.
Huh, even better.
Because I don't really like homage.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Just because?
I think it's overpriced.
I mean, they're pricier, but they're kind of one-off designs and
not really. Most of the time, they're just using somebody else's design.
That's smart of them.
I'm not saying it's not, but I'm pretty sure that's how they started.
That's what I would do.
They were using other people's designs. I mean, now everything they have is it either just says homage or homage or whatever the fuck it is. Or it's like OSU stuff, or it's Marvel something, or it's Star Wars that, or...
I like a lot of the throwback sports stuff they had. Like, I saw a Houston Oilers shirt. So, anyway.
Yeah, they
nice
just do
shirt.
a lot. They just...
I said all of that to say nice shirt, Martelle.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
It's a long way to go to get to that.
It's great.
It is. So I brought stuff for you today.
You did. And I saw it was in an OHLQ bag. And I'm like, what'd you bring for yourself to drink?
Yeah. You're like, I ain't drinking. I said, yes, you are. And you said, nope.
Nope.
But it is not alcohol.
That's what you said.
I have brought back 2 Sody Pops from Tennessee. And you are going to hate me.
Probably.
I got these just to taste on the show. I have not tasted any of these ever.
Oh, great.
So,
if one of them is ranch dressing soda, you're out of the... You're off the show completely. Like, you are done.
Done.
You're
out of here.
Fucking fired.
From your whole life. It is not ranch dressing. Let's see which one I want to do first.
If it's condiments.
It's not condiments. The first one is baking soda.
Oh, fuck.
It's going to be so bad.
You're almost fired.
Pretty close. I don't want to try this.
I don't want to try it.
I've had so many people, just because I've made my love of bacon known, send me different things. Like, here's bacon ketchup, here's bacon. I never want to try. I want real bacon.
I've seen that when I was down in Hilton Head.
Yeah.
I've seen, because there was bacon, and I've seen ranch dressing, and I've seen ketchup, and I've seen...
Yeah, nasty. So, Diesel, what you do? You went out, and then you went in. You're hot, then you're cold. He heard us say bacon. He's like, where?
He's like, I'm bacon. I'm in.
Let's see. Diesel sniffing it. He does not approve. Oh, you can't walk through the cable. Nope.
Hey.
Back. No. Oh.
Diesel, stop.
I'm going to tear my head off here.
Jesus, what a dick.
He is dog you. Wait till you're his age.
God.
So this is a Lester's Fixins artificially flavored baking soda.
This is I'm
Y'all get your fixins, is what it says. You getting your water ready and everything, and
I don't even want the ice.
You know, he said, forget it. I'm going to pour mine over ice. These did come out of my fridge. They're somewhat cold still.
It doesn't. That cold is not going to be good, and that warm is going to be even worse.
So it's a twist top here.
I'm good.
Look at the bubbles.
Who gives a fuck?
What? This is going to be so bad.
Oh, I don't know that I want any.
I just smelled it. It's going to be. I'm pouring very little. I'm not going to lie.
This is going to be a drain pour.
Oh, for sure. I don't expect either of us to finish this bottle. This is going to be Kentucky Tavern Sody Pop.
Oh my God, it's fucking disgusting.
It smells awful.
Oh,
I'm cracking open my water bottle too, just so I'm ready. Because I have a feeling. I mean, we're going to go same time. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
1.
Hold on.
2.
My stomach's still messed up from lunch.
3. Ooh. Oh.
Oh, it gets worse. It's getting worse. Oh, Martel's running out of the studio to the bathroom. He is gone. He just threw his headphones. He's gagging. That might be full on puke.
Oh, that was disgusting.
He just hawked something into what I'm assuming is the toilet in the bathroom. Oh, I wish I could carry your mic in there. The sounds. That was worse than I thought. But it's made with pure cane sugar. Here, dump mine. Yeah. I don't care if you dump the ice, just dump that. Get rid of that. Oh. It leaves like it tastes like fake bacon, like bacon strips. I've never had bacon strips, but I imagine it's like that mixed with like a cola. It's not, that's far worse than I even thought. Whew. All right.
Way to kick off the show.
So, yeah, what do you rate that?
Fuck, I can't. I'm not. No, I'm not rating that at all.
Oh, it's nasty. It's so bad. We should say this and let Liz try it. She won't. But I'm going to take it down afterwards and see if she will try it.
She is not going to try that.
I wish we had a mic in the bathroom. I can't believe how quickly you threw those headphones off.
I'm pretty sure it may have gotten picked up.
It might have. Oh, that made my stomach's turning. I had roosters for lunch, which was good.
You had more than I did of that.
Oh,
I had like maybe a quarter of an ounce.
Oh no, I had a solid ounce at least. I took a pretty big sip on that. I did like a full shot of baking soda. Nope. I expected it to be nasty, but I expected us to be able to talk about it, and I just think we just move on.
No, we're done.
That's disgusting.
Whoever that is, I'm going to tag them on Instagram and tell them they're fucking fired. Like,
shut down the factory.
Jesus Christ, just stop making.
Oh, my stomach's turning now.
Anybody who drinks that regularly and likes it needs to be kicked in their privates.
I don't know if anybody, if you've ever had bacon soda and you liked it.
I'm not even talking about our listeners. I'm just talking about anybody.
I know, but I would like to hear from somebody. I know
we're not going to hear.
None of our listeners drink this crap. I feel not great. I'll be real honest.
Honest to God, I didn't take enough to make it turn my stomach, so it was literally enough just to coat my tongue.
Well, it was weird. Did you drink water right after?
No, I grabbed an ice cube though.
So that's what. Okay. That made it. Yeah, I drank water, and it seemed to exacerbate, influmiate. I can't even think of a word right now.
It doesn't matter. It made it worse.
It made it way worse.
It enhanced the overall disgustingness.
Yeah, I agree.
Ugh.
Why don't we read a couple things, let my stomach settle, and then we'll try the next one.
Okay, so.
Which the next one could potentially actually legitimately be good.
God, I hope so.
That's why I started with the bacon, because I knew it was going to be bad. It's weird. That is Pop Kentucky Tavern.
Yeah.
It's got a weird lingering aftertaste. It's nothing's going to mix with it.
That's like
we need to get somebody on here and mix that with Kentucky Tavern and have a drink. I ain't doing it.
No, I'm not doing that.
No, hard pass. So read me some of this. Man, I'm stuttering now because of that.
It's so bad.
What
do you want? Do you want headlines or shower thoughts?
Let's do headlines.
Okay, so
I'll take headlines for 500.
All right, so these are from January 15th. Oh. And again, this is perfect for our headlines that we always
just
do.
Headlines.
Because it's just headlines. It gives us the source link to the article.
But we're not going to read that.
No, we're going to speculate.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do.
It's the best way to do things.
So the first... Oh. No, don't send me notifications. Get the hell out of here. FedEx wants to install anti-missile lasers on its cargo jets.
Well, that's just good security. I'm all for that.
Yeah.
If it's anti-missile lasers that only attacks missiles being shot at them, I'm fine with that. Maybe my package will actually get delivered.
Is FedEx really that concerned about being shot down?
I was kind of wondering, like...
That's more my question.
Like somebody's wife found out their husband ordered a truck part or a race car part or something, and she's like, nope.
Nope.
You ain't getting that. We're going to shoot out of the sky, even though you've already paid for it. Bezos has your money, but we're shooting out of the sky.
Is this like an idea from Tom Hanks? Like, is this so that they don't have another
Castaway?
Castaway, it wasn't shot down, but that's what I would imagine Castaway 2 would be.
It'd have to be.
I mean, especially
either that or you can't fly the plane less than 55 mile an hour.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Plane drops below 50, it just falls out of the sky, and nothing else happens.
Nothing else happens. It never gets off the ground. So Hong Kong police switched to goose stepping to show patriotism.
How? What?
Hong Kong is an island off of China.
I know what Hong Kong is.
Well, because...
But are they... It says they switched to goose stepping. Are they walking around like that 100% of the time?
Probably.
Awesome. That's ridiculous.
I would imagine it's part of their military march. Like whenever mainland China does...
Well, then that's just a boring headline.
I know. But if
you're telling me they're doing it all the time, they even have to do it off duty. They're just walking around their house goose stepping.
That would be great. Intoxicated driver does Dukes of Hazzard jump over West Michigan Freeway Bridge.
I want to see the video.
Let's see if there is one. I hope there is.
Yeah, click source. We're not going to read the article, but
I just want to see if there's a video.
Well, that's probably a report after it happened, but there is. Oh, is that it?
I don't know.
Let's try. No,
they got it. Just a good old boy.
Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome.
Play again.
I was like, where is it going to happen? There it is. It comes out of nowhere from this camera angle.
That's sweet. Excellent.
He would have jumped over a vehicle traveling across that.
Yes, he would have. He got that perfect.
Serious air.
Oh, that is great.
Yeah, so it's on YouTube. You can look up this video, but basically there's an overpass. And he goes off the road to the right, goes up that hill and just launches over the whole entire road.
That is fantastic.
Oh.
I may have to I may have to put I may have to put the link to that in the show notes.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Fantastic. No staircase to reach the top floor of the school building in
Malapuram?
Malapuram grabs eyeballs. Huh?
Who got paid to write that headline? No staircase to reach the top floor, semicolon. The school building in Malapuram grabs eyeballs.
Right.
Do they mean like gets attention?
It has to be.
Because somebody forgot to put a staircase in?
What fucking dumbass does that?
Here's my question. Did the people finishing the top floor get stuck there?
They jump off.
Right. Wee.
UK government apologizes to the Queen for suitcase of wine parties on the eve of Prince Philip's funeral.
Well, why would you apologize? It sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Apologize if you didn't invite her, maybe.
Yeah. I want
that suitcase of wine.
That sounds like something I want to do.
Okay.
Just get a suitcase, fill it up full of wine, and then have a party.
Oh, I think it might be a queen.
I could be a queen.
Yeah, you can do both.
I can do both.
Same time.
I can
have
a suitcase party as a queen.
That'd be a great party.
Awesome. Mexico seizes 380,000 boxes of Kellogg's cereal.
Good.
It's not good. I mean,
I don't know why they would. Were there drugs in those boxes?
My guess would be probably. But that just means that the Mexican government is just going to put it back out on the street. Yeah, they're just going to put it back on the street.
They're going to sell it to the CIA and it'll get brought to America.
This one I saw the other day.
Your Frosted Flakes are frosted now with cocaine.
With cocaine. And fentanyl.
Yeah, yes.
This one I saw the other day because I did
2 scoops for every bowl. All right, sorry.
3 cats have outmaneuvered their 2 humans to hold a blender hostage for weeks.
I have questions.
I do too. Why didn't you just pick the cat up?
How they outmaneuvered 2 humans to hold a blender hostage?
The cats obviously didn't like the sound of the blender. And
so
the
did they
humans,
grab the blender and stash it somewhere and they don't let the people get to it?
I'm thinking that they were like, taking turns, running shifts, watching the blender, swatting at the humans. Because I can only imagine that the 2 humans, I'm going to stereotype here, they're probably gay men and they're vegan. And they love smoothies.
I would just kick a cat if I wanted to get to my blender.
If the cat was trying to keep me from getting to my blender so I could make a smoothie.
A baking soda smoothie.
Yeah. I would probably just...
You got any vanilla ice cream?
No.
I mean, I don't know why you would, but I was thinking we could do baking soda.
You can...
Floats.
I'll tell you what you can do with the baking soda. You leave the bottle open, shove it up your ass.
Stick it up your
do a handstand.
Glug, glug, glug,
you can
glug,
butt
glug.
funnel that shit.
Ugh. I think it would even feel gross. I don't know what that means. I think it would feel gross to butt funnel straight from the bottle with butt chug baking soda.
It would be like a baking soda enema.
I bet that would burn.
Portland police training.
Fizz, fizz, plop, plop.
That's exactly what it would be. The complete opposite of Alka-Seltzer.
Oh, man.
Portland police training on protest ends with a slideshow. Mock prayer for dirty hippie prompts investigation.
What? Some word jumbles all that is.
It sounds like they
Portland
were doing
police training
training
on
for protesting at the end of the slideshow because
Showing
they're all
a mock
sitting.
prayer for dirty hippie prompts. Okay.
Like whoever created it, they're looking at. Bad luck. Pope acknowledges he got caught at a record store.
Oh, going to hell.
Whoopsies.
Bum, bum, bum.
Peeing is very easy. Japanese billionaire returns to Earth after documenting life on ISS.
Why do they need the pee in his easy part? Why not just Japanese billionaire returns to Earth after documenting life on ISS?
I would imagine that if we clicked on the source of this article, which we're not going to do, it would talk about using the bathroom in space.
I imagine it would.
But we're not doing that.
Nope.
All right, so you've got more crap.
I do.
Let's try more crap.
It scares me still. Even though I said it might be good, it's probably not going to be good. But it should be. I'm not going to say it should be better than bacon. But this one, I only got because of you.
Awesome.
This is super sour sourpuss soda. It'll puck you up.
Let's do it.
It's a sour fruit punch.
Let's do it.
So let me see if I can get a little psh.
Ooh. Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. Ooh. Smells like fruit punch.
Does it smell like Sickly Sweets fruit punchy?
Kind of like Tahitian treat.
Okay.
Hawaiian punch kind of smell.
Okay. This one, our next one, as we're doing this, I am going to have to click the source on because I am super interested.
Okay, well, come get the bottle here. So the next one, I see a glass of some kind of mixed drink, it appears.
It is a cocktail.
Okay. Do we going to do our drink first? Yep. Okay, so we'll do our drink of this super sour, puck you up, whatever.
It's going to be puss-tastic.
Sour puss.
It doesn't smell bad.
It doesn't smell bad.
The bacon smelled awful.
Yes, agreed. That's why it's staying away from my nostrils.
Yeah. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's sour, but it's not like it's not going to puck me up.
I'm disappointed.
It tastes pretty good.
I was going to say, I'm disappointed at how unsour it is. It actually doesn't taste bad. I was going to say, that would probably be good with some ice.
There we go.
Yeah. Pour me a little more. I'll actually enjoy this one. I am pleasantly surprised. So this one gets a pass from us. And we just emptied the bottle. So I really expect this to
It gets a pass on flavor, not on sour.
Right. That's what I mean.
Okay.
I wanted this to
I wanted it
turn
to be
our faces inside out.
I wanted my face to come out my butthole. That's how puckering I wanted it to be. Like my face just starts going in, and you're like, what? And then it starts coming out my butt.
Get turned inside out like a sock.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this ain't bad.
Didn't happen. But this I like. This I'm
decent sour flavor.
Yeah. It's got a little sour flavor like right at the end, but it's pretty good. I'll give this a 2.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I mean,
for a fun pop, I don't drink pop a lot, but I also had a butterscotch one.
Okay.
And I tried that at home one night and ended up drinking it all.
Oh.
Sorry. Because I forgot I was going to bring it to the show. But it tasted just like a butterscotch candy.
Okay. So here's the next headline.
All right.
And it's going to be an interesting one.
Okay. Hit me.
Cocktail guide offers recipes made with urine. By the way, this is on Fox News.
This one is. We clicked source, it took us to Fox News. I'm assuming somebody else has covered this, though, but
God,
I don't.
Help
the
me.
first line, what was the first line?
I just want the recipe.
As hard as it may be to swallow, drinking urine has been around for millennia as a health elixir. No, that's false. Don't drink your pee.
Yeah, well, it is sterile.
Oh, it's sterile, but it doesn't taste good and does not hydrate you.
It does not.
Oh.
I don't really want to read the article. I just want the recipe.
It's like they're trying to make it hip.
Yeah,
they can be made at home without worrying about the taste.
Some fucking weirdos.
Using urine and alcohol drinks isn't new. Some health. Yeah,
right here, the last sentence of the last paragraph, first sentence.
Some health professionals say that drinking urine isn't the best idea.
That's it. We're just going to stop there.
I mean, the whole point of urine is your body saying we don't need this stuff.
Right.
So drinking it has no health benefits.
So get out of here with that.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. They're just like, yeah, start peeing in your cocktail.
Yeah, I wanted to.
It's like imagine being at the bar but not have to go to the bathroom. You just start pissing in your cup.
Hey, can I get a shot of Jaeger?
Jaeger bombs.
Because I would imagine that urine would make Jaeger taste better. Because Jaeger's disgusting.
Jaeger's gross.
It is fucking
Jaeger's
gross.
really gross.
Court docs. Young woman wanted a break from husband, faked own kidnapping to do so.
Well, that's how I would go about it.
Right.
Completely illegal and kind of psychopathic.
Yes.
Off your rocker.
This one, you could leave out the first part. Sick to my stomach. Dollar Tree fanatics protest new $1.25 prices.
Oh. You know how much a junior bacon cheeseburger used to cost?
It was like 99 cents.
You know how much it costs now?
99 cents.
$2.19.
What? Oh, well, whatever. I don't eat.
$2.09. I was driving through the other day.
I don't eat Wendy's, so.
I got one burger and a water, but I noticed, because I used to always get junior bacon cheeseburgers. I was like, what the F? That's insane. No more value menu.
Yeah. So the next one, whatever. 18.5 million expansion of Jim Crow Museum of Racist Memorabilia planned at Ferris State University. I don't know where Ferris State University is.
Oh, it's in the state of Ferris.
Okay. don't do it. But at the same time...
But this is a museum where it's kind of like you can learn about it.
Right.
So I'm kind of torn, the fact that it's a museum.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Because that, people... I had the conversation yesterday. People got all upset about, if we tear down statues of KKK members, we're going to forget about our history. No, that's not how you teach history. If this is a museum teaching racism throughout America's history, I'm all for expanding it if it's helping others learn about the mistakes we've made in the past.
Right.
But that's a really weird headline.
It is. That's why I'm just like,
written.
I'm kind of like...
You could have even left off the racist memorabilia part and it would have been okay. Like, expansion of the Jim Crow Museum planned at Fair State University. Okay. So, they're expanding a museum. Good deal.
Yep. The next one, I'm confused. Missouri Manhood Challenge. Bill is backed for the 2022 legislative session.
What is the Missouri Manhood Challenge, Bill?
I don't know. But I imagine...
I'm intrigued.
That you have to go out and fight a lion. Except there's no lions in Missouri.
I just imagine it was everybody lined up, and you see who had the biggest manhood.
Oh.
It's like in the line from tallest to shortest, but...
It could be a human centipede.
I'm glad I don't live in Missouri. Misery loves company.
I heard they like to do that down there.
Gross.
So those were the top 15 headlines of 25.
The 25 craziest headlines of the month, we read 15.
Yes.
Because you didn't want to click next page.
Right.
Fair enough.
I'm lazy like that.
But that's one extra click. But this pop's actually...
It's pretty good.
It's not bad for a pop. Usually the only pop I drink is Cheerwine or L8, and that's still
I like Cheerwine.
not often.
Cheerwine.
Yeah, Cheerwine's really good.
Cheerwine and whiskey is really good.
Cheerwine, yeah. I haven't done that. I bet it would
fantastic.
be good.
So I had some excitement happen in my life this week. I hit my mother-in-law's car.
Awesome. With your fist or your head?
With
or
my truck.
Nice.
Yep. Just backing out of the driveway, out of the garage.
Out of your house here?
Yeah. And
did you just not know it was there?
Forgot that it was there, one. And maybe cut the turn a little short and sideswiped it with the front bumper.
Nice.
She wasn't upset about it.
That's good.
I felt like shit. As one would. But
carbonation's making me belch.
Did that. So thankfully I'm not getting any points on my insurance for it, but we have the exact same insurance company through the exact same agent.
Nice.
So I called and did the
you're going to be on one of those. We've seen the thing or two because we've done a thing or two or whatever.
Yeah, it's maybe. But I actually called and did the claim for them.
They're going to name the commercial 2 policy holders, 1 agent.
Ooh, is that like...
Yep. You know exactly where I'm going with that.
Like 2 idiots and 1 bacon soda?
Yes, it's new podcast title. 2 morons and 1 bacon soda.
That thing was so disgusting. And dude reached out to me the other day.
Yeah?
He's like, hey, what are you doing on the 23rd? I'm like, I don't know, jerking off, taking a nap, and maybe getting a shower.
In that order? I might switch it up.
Not in that order. And he's like, me too. He's like, come to the Cafe Rewind, or whatever that place is.
Okay.
And he's like, because we're going to do a live show with Angel Envy again.
Oh, okay.
And I said, oh, okay. He's like, invite Randy if you want to.
I'm surprised you're telling me about it.
Well, why wouldn't I? I said, is it with Lindsay again? And he said, no. I'm like, well, shit. I was hoping she'd make fun of Tyler. So on the 23rd at 3:00, they're doing their recording. I don't know if we would be on the show or not. It's a Sunday, I think. I don't know if we would be on the show or not, but it would be a Bourbon Hunter show.
Well, I don't want to go watch them record a show.
I'd just go sit in the audience, and then when he asks to be on the show, I'm like, no.
Losers.
You suck. Fuck you, Tyler. So anyway, if we want to do that, so if you're bored on January 23rd, go check out Bourbon Hunters. They're doing a live podcast over at the cafe place in Grandview. Yeah, Grandview.
I'm going to put it on my calendar, and we'll play it by ear.
I'm not going to put it on my calendar, and I'm just going to try to remember.
Okay. That does not work well for me.
So come 4:00 on the 23rd, I'm like, I missed it.
Ah, shucks.
Damn it. I don't know. I may end up going. I don't know. I haven't really committed. Well, he didn't ask me to be on the show. He just said
doing one.
They're just doing one. So
yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. If Tyler's going to be there, I probably won't be on the show. I'll just sit and watch.
Well, he'll be there, but only sit there for 15 minutes, and then he'll go mingle.
Yeah, and I'm not drinking anyway. If I go over there, I may have a drink.
Yeah, but not drink.
But not drink. I may have a tasting of something or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I just had a one Angel's Envy yesterday.
See, I only like the rye.
Yeah, we were at I did a forging event, teaching some Boy Scouts how to forge.
Where's my knife?
And then it's still being
that was for Mo.
Schmelted by the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mine just needs sharpening.
Yeah, there's a whole. So my roof actually caved in.
On your house?
On my shop.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's crazy. And instead of fixing it, I was like, well, I got a podcast, so I'll handle this when I get back.
See you guys later.
Good luck with the storm rolling in. Get an umbrella. Don't let the TV get wet. It's fine.
It'll be great.
Yeah. No, so it's whatever. I'm way behind on all the forging crap. But anyway, I did that.
That's fine. I'm just
outside freezing my nards off. And then he was talking about going to Half Pint. I was like, I went there like 8 years ago. I remember liking it.
Yeah.
Well, he goes, you want really good pizza? I said, I don't care.
Yes, I want really good pizza.
Yeah, he was like, he's buying. So I'm like, sure. So we went to this place up there outside Marysville called Ramsey's Pizza and Pub.
Okay. Is this Scotch?
I don't know.
No.
Maybe.
Who was Scott? Is that who you were with?
Oh, no. This was with my buddy Alan. He's a troop leader.
Gotcha.
So he's the one that had me come out. And yeah, so we went there and ordered a large all-meat pizza, which they used like real capicola or whatever it's called, ham and real salami and
capicola is fantastic.
Pepperoni and sauce. Like, it was a good quality pizza. Came out piping hot. Burnt my mouth almost. But they had Angel's Envy there. I was like, let me get a little double on the rocks. So I sipped on that yesterday.
No, it's Cafe Round 2, by the way, not Cafe Rewind.
Okay. Cafe Round 2.
He said, you want to join us at Cafe Round 2 for a podcast, you can bring your other half if he's interested.
Okay. I'm more like 3/4.
And I said, yeah, I might be down for that. Too bad I quit drinking.
Forever.
Yeah, he goes, that stupid quitter. Oh, well.
Yeah, well.
Trying to think. Nothing really. I've been trying to write down shit as it happens so I can remember to talk about stuff. But I've been getting a lot of scam calls lately. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if you've been getting them, but I get them.
Ooh, that one had a little pucker. That one got me.
Oh, did it?
I don't know why. Like, it did that back of the jaw where it like tightens up. Yeah, it got me.
Tickled your throat.
Oh, it always tickles my throat. I like my throat being tickled though.
But yeah, I've been getting a lot of spam calls and scam calls lately.
I have received quite a few in the past week or so.
Yeah, and mine right now are always for AT&T and DirecTV.
Mine says scam likely, so I just hit no.
Oh, they leave voice. It's automated, so
I haven't gotten voicemails.
And then you're supposed to hit something that takes you to somebody else to talk to. But I started watching videos on YouTube of guys who hack scammers.
Yes, I love that.
I love it.
Yes, I've watched. It's funny because I'll be like, "Oh, this video is 45 minutes long. I'll give it a shot." Next thing I know, I'm like, "What's the next video?"
I won't watch a 45-minute video one, but I'll watch like. Usually they're like 15 minutes.
The one I did because it had a camera in the office of the guys he was scamming.
Yes, I've seen one. I don't know if I've seen that one, but I've seen one.
The dude's literally like scattered like roaches, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Once he goes, hey, I can see you. You know, this is what this guy's wearing and he knew by name and all this. And they all scattered. And the dude at the computer sits there, no life for like a solid 10 seconds, just staring at the camera and then ducks under the desk, like falls under the desk.
Yeah. I've seen ones like, I've seen
so funny.
A couple of them like at the one guy I've been watching. He disguises his voice and he goes by Pierogi.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
And he's pretty good at what he's doing. I mean, he's not doing anything that's crazy. He's gaining access to their computers through them gaining access to one of his setup
He
computers.
lets them, yeah.
So he lets them access this computer, and then through that he gains access to their computers and starts deleting files.
Right,
and he will delete. I think the one video I watched, he deleted like 25 gigs worth of data.
Yeah, and you can watch the bar go, and he just keeps talking, and they have no clue.
They have they don't know what the hell is going on, but they're just like, oh, well, da 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 da. We're gonna do this, and we'll get this, and they put up a screen, and basically all they're doing when they're saying that they send this, they'll say like, oh, we're gonna refund you $2,500.
Yeah.
And then the scam is they go when they're doing this, they put up a screen so you can't see what they're doing on their screen, and they just go into the inspect element in the web browser, and they modify the HTML. They add another line of HTML, and they go in and they make it $25,000 so that you will send them back, try to send them the difference of that $2,500, which is easily, you hit refresh, and I would never trust what someone did.
Right.
I would want to hit refresh and check and see but he'll do all that. When while they're doing that, he's on his computer deleting files, and then he tells them he deleted the files. And these guys, some of them get pissed. Some of them are just like, "Oh my God, why'd you do that? Can I have them back, please? Please give them back to me." And he's like, "No." But he's like,
yeah, he's like, "Quit scanning and get a real job."
He's like, "No." But I need those files. He's like, no. And then he'll call the victims and like let them know, because he'll even listen in on calls.
Yeah.
And call the victims and tell them like, hey, I think you were just on a call with Norton Antivirus, or don't send money.
Yeah, whoever they're using.
Whoever it was. Yeah, the one I watched last night, though, it was a different guy. It wasn't Pierogi. It's a different guy, and he was listening in on a call. And apparently the guy had already sent like $2,500 to one scammer already. So then he's like, all right, he goes, usually I don't butt in. He goes, but on this one I had to butt in. And he called the victim, and he's like, hey, the guy you were just talking to, he's not who you think he is. He's not from your bank. He's like, he's a scammer. He's trying to scam your money. He's like, and the guy on the other phone was like, no, he's not. I know you're from the local branch, and you're doing exactly what he said that they were going to do, and telling me not to do this, that, and the other, so you can steal money from my account. And he's like, no, that's
incorrect, sir.
That is not what it is. That guy is. So long story short, he ends up calling. The guy called the scammer. The scammer's like, yeah, that's your local bank. They're trying to keep you from this, that, and the other. He's like, send us the $25,000 or whatever, and when you take it to the postal service, just tell them it's legal documents in the box. Don't tell them it's cash.
Don't tell them that you're sending us your savings account.
And so the guy ends up pulling the money and putting it in a box and taking it to the post office. Well, in that time, the hacker had called the post office. He's like, hey, this guy's going to be bringing this. Don't let him send that money. There is cash in that box. Well, then he calls back like a couple hours later, and he's like, or he was listening in on the scammers again. The guy had called back and said, hey, I got it to the postal service. I got a reference number. So the guy calls the post office, and he's like, hey, I thought you said you were going to stop this guy. Well, they said it was legal documents. He's like, are you kidding me? I told you.
Yeah, it's cash.
So then they called the cops, and the cops got the package. They were able to intercept the package, and they were going
to penetrate the package.
Yeah, they were. And they were going to take the scammer mule where he was actually mailing the package to. They were going after that guy at the same time. So they're trying to keep old people from doing stupid old people things.
Yeah, it's tough. When I was a banker, I had a couple of issues with that kind of stuff. And that was back 15 years ago or more. So it's always been a thing.
It's always been a thing, but now it's just getting worse.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're good videos to watch though. So if you haven't seen any videos like that, just look up, I think it's Scam Baiter is one of the guys.
If you go in and put in scam, it'd probably pop up in a recommended.
It would. It's fun, though. It's super fun.
What's the other list you had?
The other list? The Shower Thoughts.
Shower Thoughts, part 289. Go on, Diesel.
All right, so shower thoughts. So these are things, and I have weird thoughts when I'm in the shower as well. Like
where'd that lump come from?
No, like random
Where's
shit.
Where's my third testicle?
Like, what if you could fall down a rabbit hole?
Like literally fall down a rabbit hole?
Yeah.
You want to go that far? They're usually not real deep.
Well, I know, but, Alice in Wonderland type shit.
All you got to do is take acid.
Yeah, I know.
That's easy.
Excuse me. So here we go. So dogs would love it if dog food makers would just put a toy in the bag of their cereal.
Like cereal. Yeah.
Well, would a dog love it, though?
If it's a dog toy.
Diesel doesn't like dog toys.
No, then maybe
Would he give a shit?
Maybe not.
No.
Nope, he could put him in White Elephant, get exchanges for dogs.
Yeah, like I do with bad whiskey.
Right.
Awful, awful whiskey.
Or baking soda.
From an extraterrestrial viewpoint, whatever. All the space junk and satellite debris on Earth's orbit makes the planet look like a redneck's front yard with a pile of dead cars on the grass.
That's why they don't stop by anymore.
No, they can't get through all the debris. And shit.
They'll get hit. It's not like having parked cars not running because they're flying through space.
Right. Life is a balancing act of not wanting to die alone and not wanting to deal with people's bullshit. Kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
Although
the dying alone, I don't know if it would be better or worse to die alone or with people.
I don't know.
Also depends on how you die. Like if you're slowly tortured while your family's forced to watch and then you're decapitated, that'd probably be pretty messed up for them.
That would pretty suck. That would suck pretty bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't want my boys to go through that, so I'd rather be alone.
But that's not really dying. That's being tortured and killed.
What? You still die.
You still die, but yes, I think the definition they're looking for here is: were you in bed and fell asleep with your wife next to you, or were you in bed and fell asleep by yourself?
Yeah, that's different.
So, Betty White would have been 100 if we skipped all February 29th while she was alive.
Leap year's such a crock. What's that even do?
I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of like time change. What's it even do?
I could care less about the 29th of February every year.
Dumb.
Every year.
But they're right. I mean, she would have been.
Yeah.
Because she was only, like 16 days off or something.
The loss of your dog is exactly the kind of thing your dog would have helped you through.
Well, kind of dumb of them to die then.
Right.
Not even there to help me anymore.
Okay. Interesting thought here about Spider-Man. I'm surprised Spider-Man didn't produce venom, but just enhanced senses, webbing, and super strength. I mean, the spider that bit him was a poisonous spider.
How do we know he didn't produce venom or wasn't poisonous? Because he didn't bite anybody.
He didn't, that we know of.
Right.
But then there's a character called Venom.
There is. Yeah.
Who I like more than Spider-Man.
An anti-hero, if you will.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a Deadpool.
Yeah.
Kind of brash and always killing people, but for the right reasons.
Definitely more terrifying looking than Spider-Man.
Yeah. I wish I could get some symbiote, like Venom. Like that black shit that is actually what Venom is.
And drink it?
Yeah.
Do a shot?
Yeah.
Shot of symbiote.
And then become a Venom.
Put a splash of urine in with that.
No.
It's a new thing.
That's a fucking negative. So what about hamsters? They never seem to die from natural causes. Everyone always has a crazy story what happened to theirs.
I have not had enough conversations about hamster death to weigh in on this.
I used to have a hamster, and I will say none of them died from natural causes. They all escaped and died because they escaped.
That could still be natural, though. Like if you escape your enclosure and get eaten by another animal,
well, that's
just nature.
It would be. But it was more we found them behind beds.
No, I was going to say, if it escaped and you decided to pick it up and chuck it as high as you could in the air to see if it could fly, that would be unnatural.
Well, I did give it some Red Bull before I did that.
I believe I can...
Well, that's R. Kelly. He's peeing in drinks.
He's not peeing in drinks. He's peeing directly into their mouths.
Well, that too. So gross.
Straight from the source.
So gross.
Drip, drip, drip.
If you place two mirrors facing each other to make the infinite tunnel of reflections, vampires are the only people who can see all the way down to the center of the tunnel.
That's fictional. You don't know that.
Right. Because vampires aren't real. And either are mirrors.
So dumb.
Since mirrors have a tiny delay, your reflection has won every single staring contest against you.
Mirrors have a delay?
That's news to me.
Analog mirrors don't. Maybe your new fancy digital ones do.
Probably. Technically, almost everyone's first kiss was from their mom.
That's okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Technically, almost everyone's first kiss. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just a fact.
That's what these are.
No, they're shower thoughts.
Well, these are thoughts, but it's from kickassfacts.com.
Okay.
Which some of these aren't kick-ass.
Some of them are just facts.
Nor are they facts. Some of them
are just
opinions.
Opinions or...
Like this one. The fact biting your tongue when you just casually chewing is so painful gives perspective on how strong even the human jaws really are.
Well, yeah, you can bite somebody hard enough to, like, bite off a finger if you go at it hard enough.
Right. But this doesn't...
Bite off an ear.
This has no bearing on anything.
I mean, I guess that's what makes it a shower thought, though. So technically...
It's a thought. It's definitely a thought. But it's a thought. The thing you've tasted most frequently in your life is toothpaste. Not if you don't brush your teeth.
I would say not for everybody. What about before toothpaste was invented?
Well,
urine.
Probably.
Brushing with urine.
Dirt.
Dirt and urine.
Brush my teeth with dirt.
Make mud. Make pee-pee mud.
We're symmetrical on the outside, but not on the inside. That's not a thought. That's more of a statement. I mean, you can have a thought.
Technically, we're not really symmetrical on the outside either.
For the most part, everybody is.
For the most part,
it uses Fibonacci sequence.
That doesn't mean symmetrical, though. Yeah. Symmetrical is like I can fold you in half and it's a direct copy. I mean, even your hairline can be on one side of your head or the other.
Well, yeah.
One leg could be half an inch longer than another.
This isn't a thought; it's a statement.
Yeah, but if somebody thought it, it's a thought.
Yeah.
If you think a thought, it's a thought. But if you say a thought, it's a statement.
I think this thought is stupid.
Well, that's fair.
If you hate an actress or actor for the role they played, as they are probably a really good actress or actor.
What?
Yeah.
That's really poorly worded.
Yeah. Basically, if you hate the actor for who they were portraying, then that means they were really good.
That is, Beth absolutely cannot stand anything, not even an image of Jason Alexander. Hates everything about him to the core because of his role in Seinfeld.
That's not fair.
She says she don't like him in any other role either, but she really hates Seinfeld. Yeah. So she really hates Jason Alexander.
I can see that. I'm not a big Seinfeld fan, personally.
Yeah, and you don't have to.
No.
Of course, when I think of Jason Alexander, I can only think of, what was he in? Pretty Woman?
He was.
Seinfeld?
Oh, there were several other.
And like Shallow Hal? Was he in Shallow Hal? I don't even remember.
Kids. Get out.
What are they good for? Absolutely nothing. Sing it again.
Taking all my money.
Kids. Huh.
I got nothing else.
You got nothing. I got nothing else.
I
only brought these 2 Sody Pops and
I was hoping that these 2 pieces would go a little longer, but they didn't.
Well, that's because you didn't click next.
Well, I mean, I can click next.
Each one had 10 more.
Well, I figured the 15...
Go back to the 25.
Well, all right, the headlines.
We'll go back to the top. Right there, 10 worst deaths in history on the right side.
This one.
Yeah.
All right, we can do that.
When you were talking earlier, that one caught my eye.
All right. So.
Oh, we're going to have to read these.
Yeah, I don't want to do all that.
Yeah.
Hiroshi Ouchie.
I actually know the story of him. He got deadly radiation dose in 1999 when material he worked with got critical. Slowly, all his skin fell off. But here's the story with him, and you can find his picture on the internet if you want to see it. They kept him alive to see how long radiation will have effect on a living being, and he was in so much pain, like 24/7 nonstop excruciating pain, and that's where he's famously known for saying, "I can't take it anymore. I'm not a guinea pig." Like he was begging them to let him die, and they just the machines were keeping him alive, and he was fully conscious of what was going on.
I don't know that I want to see that.
Yeah, it says his work shocked the physicians and nurses in charge of his treatment. Going on down by resuscitating him on the 59th day after his heart stopped 3 times for a total of 49 minutes. This was a man whose chromosomes had been destroyed. None of his chromosomes could be identified or arranged in order. His body was destroyed from the inside out. It was a slow, painful, and presumably unpreventable death.
I don't know that I want to see that.
I've seen it. It's jarring. And it's a picture of him when he's still alive. But it is not bueno.
No, I don't want to see that. Junko Furtua.
Junko Furuta?
Furuta.
A 17-year-old Japanese teenager was kidnapped by, I don't know this one, by a group of young men. Kept her captive in the house owned by one of their parents. That was the beginning of her 44 days of torture that led to her death.
Ugh.
They fed her only cockroaches to eat and her own urine to drink.
Oh, well,
that's coming full circle.
Yeah.
Foreign objects inserted. Oh, okay, this is getting bad.
Nope.
Inserted into her. Should we move on, or are we going to go through it?
Nope. We're moving on.
Okay.
Where's my mouse? Got lost.
Rasputin. So, have you ever listened to any podcast or seen any videos about Rasputin?
No.
Dude, there's so much more about him that we never ever know. I mean, unless you study it or hear it. He was poisoned, but he didn't die. So he went after the guys who poisoned him, and they stabbed him. He still didn't die and kept going after his assassins. I'm thinking move to the other side of the world.
Yeah.
So they shot him and thought they'd finish him. His eyes opened, and he lunged for one of the assassins to strangle him. So they shot him some more. This time he started to crawl away. Then they thrashed him, tied him up, threw him in a sack, and threw the sack in the river. 2 days later, the sack was recovered, and it looked like Rasputin almost escaped his bindings and clawed out of the bag. To top it all, while his body was being burned, the tendon shrunk, and he sat up in the fire.
Ugh.
And that's not, I mean, his whole life, there's so much about this dude that is so messed up. Yeah, that's an interesting one. But that's all we have here.
David Allen Kerwin.
On July 20th, 1981, 24-year-old David Allen Kerwin from La Canada, California, that's Spanish for the Canada, California,
Yeah.
was driving through Yellowstone's Fountain Point Pot thermal area with his friend, Ronald Ratliff, and Ratliff's dog, Moosey. At about 1 p.m., they parked their truck to get out and take a closer look at the hot springs. Moosey escaped from the truck. I know this story. Ran towards a nearby Calistine Pool. It's a thermal spring whose water temperature has been measured at over 200 degrees. The dog jumped in and, of course, began yelping.
Yeah.
Dog was getting boiled immediately. Kerwin and Ratliff rushed over to the pool to aid the terrified dog, and Kerwin's attitude indicated he was about to go in the spring after it. According to bystanders, several people tried to warn him off by yelling at him not to jump in, but he shouted, "Like hell I won't," back at them. Took 2 steps into the pool, and then dove head first into the boiling spring. Kerwin swam out to the dog and attempted to take it to shore. He then disappeared underwater, let go of the dog, and tried to climb out of the pool. Ratliff helped pull Kerwin out of the hot spring, resulting in second-degree burns to his own feet. Another visitor led Kerwin to the sidewalk as he reportedly muttered, "That was stupid. How bad am I? That was a stupid thing I did." Kerwin was indeed in very bad shape. He was blind, and when another park visitor tried to remove one of his shoes, his skin, which was already peeling off everywhere, came off with it. He sustained third-degree burns to 100% of his body, including his head, and died the following morning at a Salt Lake City hospital. Moosey did not survive either.
Obviously.
Would you go into a hot spring after diesel?
Not at 200 degrees, no.
Yeah, so I mean,
It would.
it's death. Anything that goes in, especially gets submerged, you're done.
Yeah.
Sooner or later.
Yeah, that's sad. People who were sentenced to the boats.
Sentenced to the boats. I don't think I know this one. The intended victim was stripped naked and then firmly fastened within the interior space of 2 narrow rowing boats, or hollowed out tree trunks. So like canoes, I guess.
Yeah.
Joined together,
Dugouts.
one on top of the other, with the head, hands, and feet protruding. The condemned was forced to ingest milk and honey to the point of developing severe bowel movement and diarrhea. The more honey would... Oh, I have heard of this. And the more honey would be poured on them to attract insects, with special attention devoted to the eyes, ears, mouth, genitals, and anus. Which, who doesn't love a little honey on the anus?
Yeah, I mean, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's a good breakfast. In some cases, the executioner would mix milk and honey and pour the mixture all over the victim. He would then be left to float on a stagnant pond or be exposed to the sun. The defenseless individual's feces accumulated within the container, attracting more insects, which would eat and breed within its exposed flesh, which, pursuant to interruption of the blood supply by burrowing insects, became increasingly gangrenous. Sounds delicious.
God, I can't wait to get dinner.
The individual would lie naked, covered from head to toe in milk, honey, and their own feces. The feeding would be repeated each day, in some cases to prolong the torture, so that fatal dehydration or starvation did not occur. Death, when it eventually occurred, was probably due to a combination of dehydration, starvation, and septic shock. Delirium would typically set in after a few days.
I'm delirious now after listening to that.
Perilos? Oh, yeah, I know this one. The Brazen Bull was a hollow, life-size bronze bull that could fit a man inside of it. Once inside,
it's Ace Ventura.
Same thing. Once inside, the only way to draw breath was from a trumpet-like tube that was attached to the bull's mouth on the inside. Once the unfortunate was placed inside, a fire was lit underneath the bull, rapidly heating the interior of the Brazen Bull. The victim's breath soon turned to shrieks and screams, but the clever design of the mouthpiece turned those into bull calls. So it sounded like an angry bull.
Yeah.
The inventor, Perilos, was roasted inside the bull by the guy he proposed the idea to, Phalaris. That's a good name.
Yeah, it is. I like that.
Phalaris.
Next dog is going to be called Phalaris.
Since he was so disgusted by Perilos' idea to convert screams to bull calls, he was taken out just before he died and thrown off a hill. Like, hey, we're not going to kill you. Yeet! The Brazen Bull was a popular attraction at parties. It was like magic to the guests who had no idea what was actually going on, so they didn't know.
So they would just throw somebody inside.
Yeah. Party. Okay. It's like a bad piñata. To them, it looked as if the bronze bull statue itself was making the noise in response to the fire beneath it. They didn't know there was a human inside.
They probably could have just put some water in there and boiled the water, and then like
steam
whistle would have like just done a thing.
Tea's done.
It's tasty.
Balthazar Gerards. I probably butchered that.
Well, he was executed.
He was executed for the assassination of William I of Orange. That'd be William I of the color orange.
Of orange.
Yeah. Must have been one of the Teletubbies or something.
Probably.
The torturing included being whipped with a lash, Kinky. After his wounds were smeared with honey. Honey?
They love this honey.
They love their honey. So a goat could look it up. See, this is just a few centuries later. We went from honey and goats to peanut butter and dogs. Not much has changed.
Not much has changed.
It's all the same. You get in your jollies.
Yeah.
The goat didn't cooperate, though. The goat said no means no. He was forced to sleep with his hands and feet bound together. A weight of 300 pounds was attached to his big toes for a half hour.
Ugh.
I feel like that's just going to rip your toes off.
Yeah.
He was fitted with a well-oiled, 2 small shoes made of uncured dog skin. He was put in front of a fire so that the heat contracted the shoes and crushed his feet.
What did he do wrong? He's got to crush his feet.
He assassinated William I of Orange.
But cut his hands off or kill him.
Yeah,
Crush his feet.
They do seem to have a foot fetish for this,
Yeah.
don't they? That's a good point. Maybe so he won't ever be able to walk again or something?
Well, he's going to be dead.
True. The remainder half-burned skin was torn off. His armpits were branded. That's what you punch him in the armpits and nobody sees the bruises.
Yeah.
His armpits were branded. He was dressed in a shirt soaked in alcohol. That's just a waste of alcohol.
Yeah.
And they poured burning bacon fat over him. That's a waste of bacon.
Well, it's waste of bacon fat.
Bacon fat, true. If this was not enough, they placed nails between the flesh and nails of his hands and feet. I don't like that.
Yuck.
You've had a splinter between the nail, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeesh. The magistrates decreed that the right hand of Gerard should be burned off with a red hot iron, that his flesh should be torn from his bones with pincers in 6 different places, that he should be quartered and disemboweled alive, his heart torn from his bosom. Got a little sexy there for a second. And flung in his face. That's metal.
That's
hardcore. And that finally
here's your heart, bitch.
His head should be taken off.
Jesus.
Well, I don't think he would care about the head after all that.
After all that, he's dead. Doesn't matter.
That's crazy.
Holy hell.
How pronounce that name for me?
Eurodoza?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Georgie. Georgie. It's G-Y, weird O, with 2 dots over it, R-G-Y. And I don't speak whatever that language is.
Well,
he was Hungarian.
He's Hungarian, so.
So Georgie was a Hungarian rebel without a cause in the 1940s.
No, in the 1400s.
In the 1400s. Who was eventually caught, tortured, and executed along with his followers. He was I'm just like getting to where stuff's funny to me. I'm laughing through reading some of the worst tortures ever.
Jesus.
He was captured and condemned to sit on a heated, smoldering iron throne, kinky, with a heated iron crown on his head, less kinky, and a heated scepter in his hand. Just let it go.
Yeah.
Mocking at his ambition to be king. So he just wanted to be king, And that's a bit extreme.
And they crucified him for it?
Oh, we just can't wait to be king. And then he's like, this sucks. Everything burns.
It's hot.
While Georgie was suffering, a procession of 9 fellow rebels who had been starved beforehand were led to such throne. In the lead was Georgie's younger brother, Gurgly, who was cut in 3 before Georgie, despite Georgie asking for Gurgly to be spared. Next, executioners removed hot pliers from the fire and forced them onto his skin. After pulling flesh from him, the remaining rebels were ordered to bite where the hot iron had been inserted and swallow the flesh. Those who refused, about 3 or 4 of them, were simply cut up, which prompted the remaining rebels to do as commanded. In the end, Georgie died on the throne of iron from the damage that was inflicted, while the rebels who obeyed were let go without further harm.
Oh.
Well, they won't have any PTSD.
No, not at all.
Deborah Gale Stone. I know this story. On July 8th, 1974, 9 days after the American Sings attraction opened in Disneyland, 18-year-old Disneyland cast member Deborah Gale Stone died when she was crushed between 2 walls of the building. A narrow channel between a stationary wall and a rotating wall was open, and Deborah was unfortunate enough to walk through this space as the rotating wall began to move. One of the audience members heard Deborah scream and notified park staff, although most people in the audience thought that Deborah's death screams were all part of the show.
Ooh.
Yep, I've heard that one before.
Such a happy place. Happiest place on earth.
Yep. And they, of course, tried to cover it up.
Yeah.
The Byford Dolphin accident. Byford Dolphin is a drilling rig known most notably for an explosive decompression accident in 1983 that killed 5 workers and badly injured 1.
Is this the Horizon event?
Deepwater Horizon?
Yeah, Deepwater.
I don't know.
That one.
All divers were exposed to the effects of explosive... I keep wanting to say explosive diarrhea.
I did.
Explosive decompression. Subsequent investigation by forensic pathologists determined one of them was exposed to the highest pressure gradient, violently exploding due to the rapid and massive expansion.
Wow. What is wrong with you?
Baking soda. Massive expansion of internal gases. All of his thoracic and abdominal organs, and even his thoracic spine, were ejected, as were all of his limbs. Simultaneously, his remains were expelled through the narrow trunk opening left by the jammed chamber door, less than 24 inches in diameter.
Ooh.
Fragments of his body were found scattered about the rig. One part was even found lying on the rig's derrick, 10 meters directly above the chambers, 30 feet up. The deaths of all 4 divers was most likely instantaneous.
God, I hope so.
Yeah.
That's awful.
You wouldn't even know you went. Like, you're just gone. You're living, boom, done.
Here, gone.
Well, there you go.
There's
10 crazy deaths.
Yeah, that was what Randy wanted. You're welcome.
I like it.
Yeah, one of them was just kind of, no. We didn't even do the one.
There,
the one we just didn't
the
do.
one we skipped.
Screw that.
There's one right there that says, ask us. We don't even have to click on it. It says, why do men appear to have a, quote, stitch line or, quote, scar line at the base of their ball sack? Oh, man.
Why do they have that?
Well, click and find out.
Let's find out. That's not a headline. That's actually an article on this website.
Well, that makes it a headline.
Answer.
Am I reading this? It's called the scrotal raphe, R-A-P-H-E. I'm going to call it the scrotal Ralphie. And it is a scar that is from our time in the womb. It is formed during development of the genitals, called the urogenital folds. That's going to be my next band name, Urogenital Folds.
Might be my next dog's name.
Your urogenital folds. And this is the resulting line you see. Essentially, male and female embryos start out the same parts and develop into their respective sex organs later in development, and then they will tell you when they're 14 what gender they are. The sexes are indistinguishable until about 9 weeks of development in the wound.
All right. That's good.
Yep.
There's more to that.
There's more about genitalia and lines.
Whatever. So there's your answer.
I've never thought of that.
Well, that should have been a shower thought.
It should have been.
All right. The fucking bacon nonsense.
Yep, not good.
Awful.
Do not recommend.
No. And the pucker up soda is
not bad.
Not bad. Pretty good. I mean, buy it if you want to.
Yeah, like I will not buy another one now that I've tried it.
I'm not going to recommend it.
Yeah.
But I give it a 2. I mean, it tasted fine.
Yeah, it didn't. It was not sour enough.
So.
It did not puck either of us.
That's it. We're done.
All right, bye.
All right.
Google, Tweet, Instagram, Insta,
and the stuff, and Randy and I, and
here we are.
Hey, check us out on Instagram.
Insta, Google.
You can whatever, and see ya.
Bye.